Hello and welcome to Fintech Today. I'm Matt Hyde, founder of Fintech Awards London, and we're right in the middle of judging for this year's 2025 Fintech Awards. It's great to welcome one of our sponsors. So maybe you could introduce yourself, please.
Thanks, Matt. I'm Andrew Watkins-Ball. I'm the CEO and founder of JUMO.
Excellent. So I suppose the first question is, what or who is JUMO?
We are a software infrastructure business that enables banking. So if you imagine our software being used for powering lending and savings, and that goes as far as all of transaction management, data management, risk management, core banking itself, forecasting, analytical feedback. So we're an infrastructure business as software for powering banking. Excellent.
And when you talk about banking and driving that forward, is there a sort of size of the business that you target banks-wise? Is there a geographical location? How do you operate?
We're entirely African-focused. We work with the largest banks and insurance companies, institutional investors, the capital markets. The majority of our business is powering the largest retail banks. And so we're very proud of having different capital types partners. We think of it as all of the most important local capital providers in each of the markets that we serve. And so our job is to make sure that they can do great customer business, serving as much of the retail and SME market as possible, generating exactly the type of assets they're looking for within the right governance and control frameworks. And we offer that as a service, which is software infrastructure.
So a good question, I suppose, is your head office and based here in London. You just said that your clients are Africa. How? Why?
I grew up in the city of London, so I'm very pleased to be able to be involved, and JUMO is obviously involved in sponsoring the event because I think London is so important. We like to see London as being at the forefront of the global fintech movement, bringing talent together, and so. For me personally, it's close to home because I grew up in the city of London. Here, I worked at Salomon Brothers, and we live in the UK. So the idea for JUMO was founded here. We serve African markets, but we're part of the community of fintechs that are operating globally, but based out of London.
Excellent. You mentioned there, obviously based here, you're sponsoring. I suppose that question I always want to know from sponsors: why get involved in Fintech Awards London?
I think it's really important for talent to be able to come together and connect around the important work that's being done in this space. I think London is an obvious place to convene. Incredible financial services infrastructure, intellectual property. It's a global hub, a very deep base of talent here. And so I think not only just people coming together, but also feeling rewarded for having done great stuff. So it's awesome to hear about all of the incredible things that people are doing, new businesses, businesses that are thriving, where people have had challenges. So I think this type of convening is very important. We're very proud to be part of supporting that.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. And we certainly appreciate that. You mentioned a few times the word talent. Obviously, talent is so important. Now, you're sponsoring the FinTech Rising Star, all about individual talent. Do you feel that is something that London and the UK as a whole has a real depth and a strength, or something that we need to work on and encourage?
Yeah, it's a big question. I think there's a very proud history. If you look at the history especially of the capital markets in London, and that going back hundreds of years, African businesses in Africa have been financed by the London Stock Exchange and the capital markets here. I think now for fintech, there is a need for celebrating great ideas, for sharing challenges. The Rising Stars category, for me, it's fascinating to see all of the wonderful things that people are coming up with. And I think those people, they need recognition, they need support, perhaps they need mentorship. There's various different dimensions, but a lot to celebrate. So it's a lovely thing to be involved with.
Yeah, and I would certainly agree with you with that. So thank you very much for sponsoring. Thank you for your time. And we look forward to finding out the winner on June the 18th.
Great. Thank you, Matt.